Hello everybody, my name is Joy. Welcome to the ninth chapter of the Phasmophobia Ghost Compendium dedicated to the Poltergeist. The footage for this video was recorded on Bleasdale farmhouse on a professional solo job. Upon arrival, I noted that the breaker is in the attic. That can be relatively inconvenient due to its long distance for multiple ghost room locations in this house. Keeping lights on in the ghost room is really important for two reasons. It will cancel your passive sanity loss, and it will give you a hint of a ghost event happening that is very short, and you may not even remark it without the lights suddenly turning off in the ghost room, but still losing sanity unnoticed. That can result in an unexpected hunt. While sweeping the house, I heard a knock on a nearby window while in the heater room, followed by a footstep on the adjacent hallway. I decided to look around a bit with the EMF reader when I encountered an early ghost event. I returned to the truck and started setting up. Provided that the ghost room was the hallway I saw the ghost manifest on, I had to cover both this corridor and the one that goes on to the left. Are you here? Where are you?
Close.
How old are you? I tested the spirit box positive and found the source of the first knock I heard on a nearby window. These two evidence left me with a possible spirit, wraith, or poltergeist. Without the freezing temperatures, I was focusing on proving either ghost writing or ghost orbs. After restoring my sanity and checking the short hallway for orbs, I set up a second camera looking down the longer section of the hallway. I also placed the ghost writing book, and since the ghost kept turning off the light switch in the room, I swept it for fingerprints. The second camera I set up showed me a steady ghost orb that let me identify the ghost as a poltergeist. After making sure my sanity took no major damage while in the house, I grabbed the candles from the office and started setting up an interaction shrine for my ghost. The breaker got shut down at this point, so I decided to spend my next 2 minutes walking there to resolve the situation. I returned to the truck at around 84% sanity and headed back to the ghost room with a shiny new object for the kid ghost to move around. I was rather disappointed to find out that the breaker was shut down once more, and while smudging the room I witnessed the candle being knocked down that for some reason didn't count as an interaction. After the ghost manifested again, the ghost book moved, and this time I succeeded to take an actual interaction picture, after which I returned to the truck. I was rather confused to find my sanity in shambles. I lost around 25% sanity while being in there, mostly right next to the candles, and the ghost manifesting could account for only approximately 10% loss, so I suspected a second, sneaky ghost event have happened that I didn't notice due to the lights being permanently out as an outcome of the breaker still being off again. After fixing this, I returned to the ghost room at around 94% sanity, hoping to witness the poltergeist's special ability. This is the only type of ghost that is capable of throwing multiple objects at once, but the shrine's original placement didn't seem to work out, so I decided to set it up at a different location. For a long while it seemed the ghosts have left, and my only company was this clock ticking next to me, so I tried turning off the lights since the ghost seemed to prefer darkness. Sadly, I still was the only entity playing around with the shrine, until finally something happened. After witnessing this long chain of minor object fiddling, I returned to the truck. Note this very high mountain-like EMF reading for a non-EMF 5 ghost. This happens when the polter is moving objects around in quick succession and the readings of each separate interaction stack and then dissipate. I also found that my sanity was still untouched, meaning that the poltergeist moving objects around isn't necessarily going to drain your sanity even if you are looking right at it happening. Still hoping to witness a mega throw, I brought the shrine back to its original position. The ghost seemed enthusiastic about it at first, reminding me that I should probably turn the breaker back on that got turned off once more at some point along the way. I was already 35 minutes in this recording, so I wasn't very enthusiastic to walk up there again, but was about to reach the breaker finally when the kid pulled this prank on me. Another million years later, I got back to the ghost room where trying to keep the lights on seemed almost impossible. And with the additional ghost event happening, I decided to check how my sanity was doing. I was down to 60%, that was still in the safe zone, so I returned to the house, where the ghost presented me with another display of its stubbornness. Oh, come on! After a minute or two, it probably felt bad about it and turned the breaker back on, but still refused to cooperate. Can you do something, please? I was at my wit's end, so I tried making a deal. Alright, I will play nice and turn off the lights. You do the mega throw, okay? Okay. I sadly had no Acto candies to reward this performance, but I got what I needed, so I returned to the truck. After this event, you'll see two things: an EMF time plateau without a ghost event, and a sanity loss that is supposedly equaling to the amount of items witnessed being thrown times 2. Since I only lost 4% sanity in the process, that's worth 2 objects, you probably need to be standing very close for this effect to apply. Having one last objective to complete to smudge the ghost during a hunt, I returned to the house. To complete this got a little bit harder since the new patch came out, cause you need to use the 5 seconds one on the smudge stick better, but if you make sure to break line of sight, you should be okay. I hid behind the dryer in the laundry room that is blocking now the line of sight of the ghost, so even though my door got opened in the hunt, the ghost didn't notice me. With this, my work was done, my journal full, I could head back to base. And that's how it was to encounter a poltergeist, a ghost characterized by spirit box, fingerprints, and ghost orbs. Also, the only ghost that can be identified only by 2 of the evidence should you get ghost orbs and fingerprints first. A ghost that has higher affinity to move objects, but still interacting often with doors and light switches too. A ghost that is capable of throwing multiple objects at once, and while throwing objects also being able to lower the player's sanity should they be in range. This concludes the 9th chapter of the Phasmophobia Ghost Compendium. Thank you all for watching, and see you on the field.